Now that you've given the rear window a good inspection and cleaning, it's time to cut a film pattern on the outside of the rear window. To shape the pattern to the window, use either the wet shrink or dry shrink techniques we'll show you here. The wet shrink shaping method is the technique most commonly used by installers. Wet shrink. Spray the outside of the rear window with solution to make it easy to move film around. Cut the film from the box and place on the outside of the rear window. Make sure the factory edge is on top and bottom and the liner is facing you. Cut a rough pattern, leaving at least a 2-inch overlap all around to give yourself extra film in case of an error. Anchor the film with a couple squeegee strokes to keep the film in place. Most new cars have 2 to 3 inch wide black border around the entire rear window frame. Trim the film to overlap the border by 1/4 inch on each side and by 1 inch on the top and bottom. This will provide you with extra film in case an error occurs during the shrinking process. After you have this rough cut pattern, you're ready for wet shrink shaping. Lift up the film halfway and spray the glass with solution. Place the film back on the window and spray with solution. Squeegee from the center out a 6 to 10 inch wide path. Next, squeegee down the side closest to you approximately 2 inches from the window's edge, forming half of an H pattern. Now repeat this on the other half of the film. When complete, you will have formed an anchor H pattern. Use your hand to smooth out the film and move all fingers either to the top or bottom of the window. On a large finger, split it in half using your free hand to relieve some of the stress. We call this divide and conquer. Turn on your heat gun and let it get hot. Use the heat gun to soften the film before removing the remaining fingers and shrink the film so it will form to the glass. To remove fingers on the top or bottom edges of the film, start at the beginning of the finger, apply heat, and slowly work your way to the edge. Keep your heat gun moving at all times and smooth out the film using the hard card. Now the final trim. After the film has been shaped to the window, it's time to make your final cut. Use a new blade on your Olfa knife. Trim the shape pattern so that it overlaps the black border by 1/8 inch around the entire window. Look for defrost tabs and trim out these tabs on the outside. Trim off any bad edges and round off any hard corners. After shaping the rear window pattern by using either the wet shrink or dry shrink techniques, it's now time to prep and clean the inside of the window before film installation. Proper preparation will ensure a smooth and easy installation. Rear window prep. Remove the brake light or rear panel if necessary. Cover the deck and seats with a drop cloth or bed sheets. Spray the inside rear window with the solution and scrub with your white pad. Squeegee starting at the top and working your way down. Clean the panels using a clean paper towel on either side of the window to avoid contamination. Spray the rear window one more time with your solution and squeegee, starting at the top and working your way down. Wipe all edges using a clean paper towel. You're now ready to install your pre-cut pattern on the inside of the rear window. Make sure everything is clean and ready to go. The Frankenstein and reverse roll techniques are 2 methods for installing a single pattern. We're going to demonstrate the Frankenstein here, the method used by the most experienced installers. One-piece installation, Frankenstein. Before getting your pattern from the trimming glass, spray the inside of the rear window with solution so that you can move the film into place. Go to the trimming glass and peel the film liner back, spraying the adhesive with solution as you go. Remove the film off of the trimming glass and carry the prepared pattern, overlapping on both arms, to the vehicle with the adhesive side up. Carefully center the back seat and position the film onto the rear window. Check for any light gaps. Spray the surface of the film with solution and use the British flag squeegee sequence shown here in order to stretch the film to conform to the glass. Start from the top center of the window and squeegee down to the bottom. Next, start from the center and squeegee from side to side, moving across the window. Be sure to overlap your strokes. Now you've made a cross on the film. Now you can finish off the 4 corners. Begin at the center, pick a corner, and squeegee out to the edge of the window. Repeat this for the remaining 3 corners. Re-squeegee the entire window, just going straight across from center to the outside edges. Be sure to always overlap your strokes. If needed, wrap a paper towel around a hard card and work out any remaining fingers. The towel absorbs any moisture that comes out during this pass. If needed, use your heat gun on the outside of the rear window to work out any remaining fingers.